Mr. Satan, sir, you said to notify you in any country overturns Roe versus Wade. Apparently, America has. Ah, so they did. Well, that's good. Because now I can go to Earth and hook up with Maggie. That's my girl, of course. And then pregnant her after her consent. Because unlike those that did the Roe versus Wade and overturned that, I believe in consent. And exactly what does that mean? Well, the thing is, I don't know what the hell your name is, Jack or John. It's Kaiser. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, assistant of mine, that means since I can meet up with Maggie and we can actually finally have that child we've been speaking about. And there's not a thing they can do about it. What do you mean there's not a thing they can do about it? Because they can't stop my baby, aka the Antichrist, from being born because, hello, they don't believe in abortion. And they've made it illegal. So now the Antichrist can be born. And now my kingdom can come to earth. See, sir. Okay, so I'll get her on the phone and that way you can do it. Hello. Welcome to hell. I'm Satan's assistant. He's busy right now. He's at a boardroom meeting. Welcome, Supreme Court Justice, to hell. But I've done nothing wrong. Nothing I've done has been wrong. I'm just doing what is morally and legally obligated for me to do. What do you mean you've done nothing wrong? You took away women's rights when it comes to reproductive rights. Before you died, after the protesters broke in and brutally murdered you, you were looking away to take away contraception rights, take away the marriage equality rights to where people couldn't get married. And who knows what else that administration helped create in the Supreme Court Justice and what other rights they would take away and turn back the clock 50 years ago, and including taking away the rights of people that are not white and also taking away the rights of indigenous people who originally were protected under certain laws just because you thought you were morally obligated to just tell people what to do with their own lives instead of minding your own business, which is a philosophy everybody should live by, because if they abided by the minding their own business philosophy, they would never bother with doing anything when it comes to abortion because, hey, that's none of my business. I'm a voodoo practitioner, so there's no way that I will be here in this hell that you claim I'm in. Oh, yes, Supreme Court Justice, I know that you're a voodoo practitioner. That's why your friends on the other side are waiting for you. You're not gonna like what they have to do. Bye-bye now. Oh, loser. And next, hello, Pastor. I've been waiting for you.
Ah, Pastor, I've been waiting for you. Your name's right here in the book. I shouldn't even be here. I'm a God-fearing Christian that believes in good, moral, Christian values, unlike your evil self. Ah, but see, Pastor, I'm Satan's assistant, so I think I know what I'm talking about. And your name's right here in this book of mine that I have right here. And it says that you're supposed to be here, Sir Baptist Billy. Then your book must be wrong. I am Baptist Billy of the Church of Baptist Billy of Latter-day Saints in Jesus Christ's name, and I preached the gospel as it is said in the Bible, sir. So this soundbite that I'm about to play is not you, Sir Baptist Bill? These people should be put to death. Every single homosexual in our country should be charged with the crime, the abomination of homosexuality that they have. They should be convicted in law for trial. They should be sentenced with death. They should be lined up against the wall and shot in the back of the head. Yes, that was me. Of course it was, because I believe in the Bible. In Leviticus 18:22 through 24 says, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Neither shall thou lie without any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is a confusion." And actually, Pastor, for your information, the original verse is actually, "Man shall not lie with young boys as he does with a woman, for it is abomination." It's actually a mistranslation. There is no Hebrew word for the word homosexual, and the word homosexual didn't appear into the Bible until 1948. So actually, you're wrong. And even if you weren't wrong, sir, the thing is you play with the football, yet it says not to touch a pigskin. You wear clothing of various different cloths. You got pants of one cloth and a shirt of another cloth. Therefore, you yourself are not following the so-called Bible that you claim to follow anyways. Ah, sweetie, is everything going okay? Oh, yes, everything's okay, other than this bigot here who thinks that the Bible condemns LGBT when actually the verses are taken out of context and actually not in the original Hebrew or Greek that it was written in, and he thinks he can use the Bible as a weapon when Jesus himself never said anything about the LGBT community, just a few bigots that came afterwards. But yeah, everything's okay, love. I knew it. I knew this man was a fucking faggot. Yes, because it's they. They're non-binary. So they use the pronouns they and them. I don't care about the pronouns that they use. That is a he. He's got a penis, so he must be a he. Pastor, have you ever heard the verse, and since you're so obsessed with what the Bible says, have you ever heard the verse, the wailing and gnashing of teeth? Well, Pastor, we take creative license with certain verses down here. Walk that way with the dentist. He has a lot of creative things he's going to do, and he wails and gnashes at your teeth. No, 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 no.
Welcome to hell. I'm Satan's assistant, blah, 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 and whatnot.
I couldn't be here. I was a God-fearing Christian woman.
Fine, let me look at the file. It's around here somewhere.
Well, take a look at my file. What? Did that not even a file you got right there? What?
No.
That's in your hand if that ain't a file. What were you doing?
I was reading a book. Your file's around here somewhere.
What do you mean you were reading? Don't you got a job to do here or something?
Okay, listen here, Karen, or whatever your name is. The thing is, finally found your file. Yeah, you are here for a reason. You sinned. You're going to burn in hell for all eternity.
And what sin did I supposedly do?
Well, Karen, the thing is, yeah, you may have gone to church, but while you were at church, you were gossiping all the time. You were a backbiter, a liar, and everything else, and you disowned your gay grandson just because he was gay. Where Lucy here, you get to go to heaven because you did everything right. I mean, you actually cared about other people and actually, were a decent person. Unlike you, Karen, who were a decent person. Like I said, you lied all the time. You backbit. You gossiped all the time.
I don't know what you're even talking about. What the hell is that?
Talking maliciously about someone who is not present. To gossip what you did in church, what, in Proverbs 25:23, Romans 1:29, Proverbs 25:23, 1 Peter 4:8, Proverbs 16:28, Matthew 5:9, and Romans 14:9, and James 3:18 says not to do that, but you constantly did that. And you also kicked out, like I said, you disowned your gay grandson. Well, see, it says in 1 Timothy 5:8, anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially for their own household, has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. So, Karen, you broke that part and whatnot. And then you took certain verses out of context to judge your gay grandson, and not even realize that the original context of the such situation was actually talking about pedophiles, but that's a whole entire story for a different time. While Lucy over here, the reason she's going to heaven is she actually fed the hungry. She actually clothed the naked, and actually visited people while in prison. Which in the Bible, Jesus says that if you depart from him, if you did none of these things. So, burn in hell, Karen. This conversation's over. Satan, honey, is the dinner on? I think dinner's on. Peace.
Hello, I'm Dylan, Satan's assistant. Welcome to hell. Wait, you're not supposed to be here. According to the paperwork, you're supposed to be in the Great Hall.
Oh, I'm not? The Great Hall? Okay, where do I find that?
Oh, the Great Hall. Okay. So believe it or not, the afterlife is actually a lot different than people think. All the multiple afterlives and places and whatnot are right next to each other. So you're going to want to go past the torture pit but not past the fiery lake. If you go past the fiery lake, you've gone too far. Now, there's the Great Hall, which is right next to Valhalla, but also right next to Summerland. So you got Summerland and Valhalla, and then in between those two is the Great Hall, and that's where you want to go. You go straight into there. The Secretary Lucille, I believe is. I mean, unless it's Lucille's day off, then it might be Erwin. And either way, Lucille or Erwin can help you, and do what you need to do in order to get in the Great Hall. It's pretty easy. Basically, the Great Hall is for anyone who hasn't decided on which afterlife they want to go to. A lot of atheists actually go there to the Great Hall, and a lot of them stay there. It's just basically like Earth, but 10 times cooler, and basically imagine Earth, but as a paradise, and that's basically what it is. All right.
Okay.
Anyways, next.
I'm not even supposed to be here.
No, you're actually supposed to be here.
Why am I supposed to be here? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm perfectly innocent.
Well, because you cannibalized people.
So, Jeffrey Dahmer didn't. He asked forgiveness from Jesus and he was let into heaven, so I should be let into
Jeffrey
heaven.
Dahmer. Everybody uses that excuse thing. They're like, oh, well, Jeffrey Dahmer on his deathbed, prayed for forgiveness. So therefore, since he prayed forgiveness, that's an automatic ticket into heaven. So even though I cannibalize minority groups of people like you yourself did, I can see you're a Jeffrey Dahmer fanboy, and you cannibalized people of color and other minority groups, indigenous people, and you thought you could get away with it, but just by saying Jesus and saying all those pretty words like Jesus, please forgive me, and automatically it's a ticket into heaven. That's not how it works. You deserve to be here in hell. Go to level 5 take that elevator, and you're going to be in something 10 times worse than the fiery pit or the torture pit.
Welcome to hell. I'm Dylan, Satan's assistant. He's at a board meeting right now. Wait, what are you doing here? The other world is not looking for you for another 75 years. Not only that, you're not even supposed to be here. What's going on?
Welcome to hell. I'm Satan's assistant Dylan, and you're in hell.
What do you mean I'm in hell? I'm a God-fearing woman, went to church for all 80 years of my life, stayed married to my husband for 40 years until he croaked mysteriously. I attended church. I shared the gospel. I did everything. I made sure I condemned the evil, vile sinners that were in this world, and you're telling me I came to hell? Why is that, sir, when I believed in Jesus? Praised be his name.
Okay, ma'am. Let me look at your file right here. So it says that when your nephew came to you because he was struggling with his drug addiction of methamphetamines, and he came to you to help him to get into rehab, you told him no, that Jesus doesn't like drug addicts and that he could burn in hell. Then when your lesbian daughter decided to come out of the closet and tell you that she was a lesbian, hoping that you would have her back and be there for her, you told her that dykes go to hell. Well, I hate to inform you, ma'am, but you go to hell. So go down to the left. Oh, you can go down there, you're going to go to the left, and this 3-headed dog over here is going to guide you to where you need to go, whether you like it or not. So, yeah. So I came here to check what's going on, if, everything was figured out. Basically, for some reason, that was a temporary death, a near-death experience, if you will. And so you're going to go back to Earth. We're going to give you the coma package, so you can be in coma for a while. You're in the hospital currently as we speak. Somebody else is probably running your shift at that convenience store you work at. You had a heart attack due to the stress or something because of your anxiety. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Okay, so while I was here, I actually met, Lucifer and Samael, which I thought Lucifer and Samael was the same person, but apparently I found out that Lucifer is Samael's brother, and Samael is the one that everybody knows is Satan. And I met Lilith, I met I hung out at the, Great Hall and stuff. I met also Arwen. I met,
of course.
Morgan. I met tons of deities. I mean, it's crazy to think that
all of it's real. Like every, religion is technically true. Well, I mean, kind of it is. Like each person when they die, when it comes to mythology, depending on the religion or the faith that they, believed in life is how they're judged in the afterlife. So a Christian would, come here to hell. And, other people that didn't believe in that would, get their own version of punishment depending on their faith and whatnot and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, basically. Oh, okay. So I'll go back to Earth at one point very soon. But right now I'm in a coma while somebody else probably runs my, is working my shift there at, the convenience store at Always Convenience. Okay, thanks. All right, see ya. Welcome to hell. I'm Satan's assistant Dylan, and you're obviously in hell.
Well, I don't know why I'm in hell. I was a popular, successful businessman. Traveler.
Okay, so sir, the reason you're in hell, according to your file here, wow, you're really pathetic. So your wife was dying from a terminal illness, and then you divorced her to marry your secretary who you were banging on the fucking side. And so you left her, and then you married her, and you left your first wife that was dying of a terminal illness with no money whatsoever at all. You are quite... You know what? Usually we don't do this because usually when a person dies, they, get judged by the religion they chose, and by the religion they chose, whether they're a good person or bad person determines where they end up. And so usually, typically, you would be here and stay here in hell. But I'm pretty sure Satan will be willing to make an exception. So, because of what you did, you're going to reincarnate. Usually Christians don't reincarnate, but you're going to. You're going to reincarnate as a woman, and at one point you're going to be dying from a terminal illness, and your husband is going to do the same thing you did to your wife. What an asshole. Dylan, dear. Oh, I'll be right there, honey. Hello, welcome to hell. I'm Dylan, Satan's assistant, and I'm here to tell you where you're supposed to go because you're in hell. Oh man, I'm not supposed to be here. Okay, so you think you're not supposed to be here. Let me look at your file. Go ahead and look at my file. I'm not... What the hell is the right to not wear mask club? Yeah, I founded that club, the not to wear mask club. It's my constitutional right to the where I don't have to wear a mask. It says so in the Constitution. Okay, so let me get this straight. During COVID, you didn't want to wear a mask, and then you walked into hospitals, sir, not wearing a mask where people were prone to illness and sickness a lot easier than other people. Not only that, it says in your file that you purposely went into a place that offered wigs to people that were cancer patients. Kind of fucked up, and you just didn't follow their rules. Yeah, it's against the Constitution to force somebody to wear a mask, and the whole vaccines were obviously an elaborate plot by the Democrat Party to attack us. Not only that, you were banned from every Target in the United States. I was banned from Target because of I spoke against the LGBT propaganda. So you stockpiled on AR-15s to go LGBT hunting because you thought that God had chosen you to hunt down people that were LGBT, that were lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, and queer questioning. You thought it was your job, that God commanded you to kill all these people and hunt them, and you got booted out of Target for saying that, Pride stuff that was at Target was propaganda, and the only propaganda I'm seeing here is the stuff you were spreading on your own TikTok page. Yeah, we have a special place here for you. Go right down to the door on the left. You're not going to like it. Welcome to hell. I'm Dylan, Satan's assistant, and you. Hello, welcome to hell. I'm Dylan, Satan's assistant, and you.
Hello, James.
I told you when I was still alive that it was Dylan.
Is that any way to talk to your mother?
You're not my mother. You're my stepmother. And why you keep on insisting on using my dead name, I don't know.
You still claiming you're non-binary, presenting as trans, femme stuff?
It's not just stuff. It's who I am.
Yet you still look like a man.
It doesn't work like that. Each person doesn't have to be the same when it comes
It's
to...
made up bullshit. Like when you told your father and me that you was a beep.
The word is pansexual. Melina, I'm pansexual.
It's made up. Men like women and women like men. Anything else is a slight against God. And if someone has a sausage, then that person is a male. And if they have what I have, then the person is a woman.
It's not made up. Gender is a lot more complicated than that. It's not a slight against God.
Yet you are here in hell.
I work here. My afterlife is in the Great Hall. I'm Satan's assistant. Meanwhile, you're here because of what you did.
Not accepting your made-up non-binary and beep stuff.
Well, there's that, but you also abused me.
I did no such thing.
Yeah, because using my hand as an ashtray, using a wooden cutting board that you drilled holes into to reduce wind resistance. Yeah, so that's not abuse.
We disciplined you, not abused you. You were bouncing off the walls all the time.
I was ADHD and possibly autistic. This wasn't a reason to throw me through a wall, punch me in the face, or have me stand on a tar roof with bare feet in 100-degree weather because I couldn't step the door in time from shutting. You could have let me sit on the beach chair until my father got home to let us back into the house, but you just let me stand there in pain.
You didn't listen.
Neither did you when I told you Pastor Williams touched me inappropriately.
He would do no such thing. He was a man of God.
I'm done.
Dylan, dear, are you okay?
No, but I will be. I will be. Welcome to hell. I'm Dylan, Satan's assistant. I'm the person that assigns you to where you're to go.
Why am I here?
Alright, let me check your file. Wow, what the hell is National Rape Day?
Oh, it's a day where we alpha males put those feminists in their place.
By raping them?
It's just a joke. Damn. Society is so PC these days, you can't even crack a joke anymore without cancel culture getting involved.
You mean PC as in not being a jerk? Comedy is about punching up like George Carlin, not punching down like a-holes like Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr who pretend to be comedians but aren't. They're just jerks.
So I'm in hell for a joke.
No, you're in hell for raping several women last year on April 24th.
Well, perhaps if women didn't try...
No, I'm gonna stop your insane, sexist, patriarchal rhetoric there. Wearing certain clothes doesn't mean someone deserves to have their agency robbed from them. If I punched you in the face, were you asking for it?
No, but...
No. You deserve the punishment you will be getting. You will be sent to therapy room number 8 to see if we can rehabilitate you while you also receive your punishment, which you're not going to like. And if you continue thinking that rape is okay, then you will be erased from existence and completely wiped out and no longer exist. Goodbye now. Out of here. Damn. Welcome to hell. I'm Dylan, Satan's assistant. I'm in charge of telling you where it is you are to go.
Where's Satan?
That's not how this works or how this goes.
I demand to see Satan.
In the time before time began and Samuel took on the name of Satan, he put people like me as assistants to assign people like you because he has many things to run. He's the CEO of Hell Inc. He doesn't have time for every soul.
But I worship Satan.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, I killed people for Lucifer.
Lucifer is Satan's brother, but he's not in charge of hell. Samael, the ex-angel of death, is Satan. His name literally means Satan, or adversary to man. Lucifer, of course, is a co-CEO and head of the Hell Inc. board of directors, as well as with Santana, Asmodeus, Belial, Behemoth, Beelzebub. It's family business.
Whatever. I want to speak with Satan. I'm his biggest fan. I killed people in Satan's name, raped women for him, and all of that evil shit for him.
What makes you think he'd approve of that? He punishes evil people. He doesn't reward them. If you were a fan of his, you'd know that.
I want to see Satan. Dylan, dear, is anything wrong? I'm your biggest pet fan. I killed people for you, I raped women in your name, and even destroyed a school full of children for you. What makes you think I would approve of that? I punish evil, not reward evil. Hell for people like you is a prison, not a spa and retreat. But I worship you. That's more my father's thing, the whole bow before me, for I'm worthy of praise, mumbo-jumbo. I'm all about free agency and people getting what they deserve. In other words, what you imagined Satan is wrong, and you will have to relive the worst days of your life over and over again until the end of time. Why are you doing this to me? Want to know a secret about hell? What? You put yourself here. When you die, whether or not in life you had a conscience or not, you do in death. Here, if you weren't able to feel empathy of guilt, you do here. The guilt of the actions you committed in life keep you in your own hell. You could leave any time you want, but you won't, because you and I both know your guilt will keep you here. No one escapes from hell. Welcome to hell. I'm Satan's assistant, Dylan. I'm the one who tells you where you're assigned to hell. I don't know why I'm here. I'm a man of science and a man of God. Well, it says in your file that you're a podcaster. Yeah, I discuss things of science that the deep state is too scared to discuss. There's no deep state, no satanic new world order. Yes, there is, and Satan is behind it. No, Satan has better things to do than run your shitty governments on your planet. And I see, according to your file, you're a transphobe. Transphobe? No, I'm into the truth for the good of society. Transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely. The whole preposterous ideology at every level. See, you're in the right place. How so? Well, calling for genocide and meaning it is a straight ticket to hell, no matter what religion or lack of one you are. No, I don't. I fought to keep transgender people out of public life. Before I died, I was actively working to make it happen. I worked on bills to block nonsense like gender-affirming medical care, bans on men pretending to be women going on women's restroom, and stopping them from throwing their lifestyle on everyone. Gotta stop those sex-obsessed drag queens. The only people obsessed with sex is people like you, asking what's in people's pants. If you try to separate trans people from the things that allow people to experience the world, that does amount to banning transgender people's existence. You can't go your whole life without using the bathroom, without telling a joke on stage in front of friends, without your medicine. All of that amounts to genocide. You want them dead. And for that, you will be reincarnated as a trans woman so you can feel their pain.